Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 142 of the regular season, where the Astros win 6-3 over the Detroit Tigers and guarantee a series win. And hey, there's an actual story structure tonight. The Astros began to win, and then the Tigers tied it up, but the Astros would retake it, so at least there's a little bit of something there. First inning, Yordan Alvarez homers. Yordan Alvarez, of all the people that you would want to see break out of a slump, he is the one you would want to see the most. He had a really good evening tonight, got that OPS back over 1,000, which is awesome to see. But again, a little bit more of a story structure. Second inning, Eric Haas doubles, and it's a tie game. It's one apiece, which is not wonderful. For Hunter Brown, that's got to be very strange, making a start in his hometown and giving up the first and second earned runs of his career in his hometown. Is probably not like the way he envisioned it, at least in this setting, but he still had a pretty solid game. We'll talk about that in due time, but back to the scoring events. It would only be a 3-run inning, but it really felt like the Astros just broke the game open in the third. Alex Bregman would have an RBI single again. Only went 1 for 5 tonight, but Bregman's been looking very solid. And Kyle Tucker would homer to put the Astros up 4-2. Kyle Tucker, who had a pretty solid night as well. But again, a little bit more. Riley Green would have a single that would make it a 4-2 Astros lead, but yeah, the Tigers would score again after this, but they just never really felt threatening. Overall, for the entire game, it would be quiet for a while until the 7th inning, where Yuli Gurriel, I've actually had to bust these glasses out a few times in the past couple weeks, homers his 8th home run of the season to make it a 6-2 Astros lead. Now, bottom half of the 7th, Hector Neris would give up a home run, but honestly, it was only one home run, and he looked solid other than that. That was the only hard contact he gave up in the inning. He'd get a pair of strikeouts, wouldn't walk anyone. I mean, I know he gave up the home run, but it was a pretty solid inning. And that was it for scoring. So, offensively, Astros, Jose Altuve had a good night. Shocker, shocker, he's having one of the better seasons of his career. Jose Altuve would go 2 for 4. Jeremy Pena would go hitless, which is not ideal. Yordan Alvarez would have a 2-hit evening, both extra base hits, a double, a home run. He'd also get a walk. Yordan had a really nice evening. A couple of hard hit balls. Again, OPS back over 1,000, which is awesome to see. Bregman had the RBI single. Kyle Tucker had the home run. He also had a pair of hard hit balls, so tad bit unlucky there. Yuli Gurriel, multi-hit evening. Again, not too shabby. I've said it before. I never hated Yuli Gurriel. There was this weird conception that because I was critical of him that I hated his guts. I never did. I always liked you. There's a reason the pineapple glass is in the glass pineapples behind me. I like Yuli a lot. If he were to come out of it, I'd be happy. And he had a solid evening tonight. Speaking of solid evenings, Aledmys Diaz making his return, which I did not know anything about till I saw the lineup that he was back, but he was back. Multi-hit evening, couple of hard hit balls. Aledmys Diaz picking up right where he left off, and Mauricio Dubon would also have a hit, or a pair of hits, which is not too shabby. Again, I've also said about Mauricio Dubon that I really like him, I really like his story, and I hope he succeeds. Granted, I hope anyone wearing an Astros jersey succeeds, but especially with him. And now, let's get on to the pitching. Hunter Brown had a interesting evening. Some of the same problems that were from his first game were here. Quite a bit of hard contact, which is not the best. 6 innings of work, pair of runs given up, pair of walks, 6 strikeouts, 6 swings and misses to, I believe, 9 hard hit balls. That's not great, but it's also not terrible. Again, this is a young pitcher making his second start in Major League Baseball. The fact that he's holding his own and has so far through 2 games looked really pretty solid, I'm very happy with this. Hector Neris would come in. Inning of work, again, I already kind of touched on it. He'd give up a home run, which is not ideal. Pair of strikeouts. Other than the home run, he looked solid. Rafael Montero would come in. He'd pick up a strikeout in his inning of work. That's good to see. Ryan Presley, who didn't have a wonderful first game back, but boy, since then has looked great. 3 strikeouts. K'd the side in the 9th inning on 13 pitches. Not too shabby from Ryan Presley, and the Astros lock up a 6-3 win. So the Astros tomorrow look for the series sweep against the Tigers, and it's an afternoon game on a Wednesday, everyone's favorite. 1:10 Eastern, noon 10 Central. Is noon 10, is that a thing? Is it noon 10 or 12:10? Like, is that grammatically correct? Anyway, 12:10 Central. We are going to send Christian Javier to the mound, and the Tigers are going to send Joey Wentz to the mound. And I will be here afterwards, probably late tomorrow evening to talk about it. Forgive me in advance for being late on that one. But that's all I have to say for the evening. So, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Astros.